Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Chrystal Lynn, Cowgirlastrologer, and I'm super excited to come on today because one, the moon is in Pisces, and I have my moon in Pisces, and I love when the moon is in Pisces. So it's always a good 2.5 day cycle for me when I have my moon sign, and you may experience that as well. It's really important to know where the moon is, I have to say, when learning astrology. Because every 2.5 days, the flavor changes just a little bit, doesn't it? The universe gives us this 2-day period to kind of, get an idea set, and then we're on to something else. So I wanted to come on today and talk to you about what is going on up in the sky right now. There's some really significant things beginning to happen. Also, I want to share a little bit with you guys about what's going on with my channel. First of all, I just had my 4-year anniversary on November 22nd. I had all these plans to come out and talk about it, and it passed, and I just was like, but I thought it was really a milestone for me. This channel was kind of a little bit of an accident. When I was going through school, it was an assignment to make a channel and, check how many likes you get and comments. It was kind of a report that I had to do. And so I was into astrology. I've been working with astrology in my own life and with my animals and my horse training and different things, starting to explore. And I came on YouTube and started seeing that there was this whole YouTube astrology community being created. And the last 4 years has been so amazing. If you guys want to just briefly check out some of my archives and my Google Hangout with a lot of different astrologers. I've had interviews with Stephen Forrest, Steve Judd, and many YouTube astrologers in the community. And we've had great conversations. And so it's just been an amazing time of kind of learning and developing and seeing everybody come out and seeing what's happening with astrology right now. It's a very exciting time for us as astrologers that have been out, and people are really coming out and all different perspectives. So it's exciting. You can really get a whole flavor for what you're doing. So, I have to think about, been out here for 4 years on YouTube, mainly Facebook. I'm not a huge social media person, although I love social media. So there's just only so many things that you can, the website, when you're doing everything yourself. And many of these channels, we're doing everything ourselves. So you have to learn how to do it. It's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes in to these channels. And so I have, I think, like over 600 videos out there. Free videos for you guys of all different, perspectives of astrology and different experiments I had and different angles. I tried to bring it to you guys. So that's exciting. I feel like it's going to be in the archives of history. So now I'm just trying to look at where do I go from here? Because I have been taking my astrology personally to a whole nother level. Really the last 6 months, when Neptune was retrograde in Pisces. That's a big deal for me because I have a double Pisces. So I took advantage of that time, really going behind the scenes and really deciding, what is it I want to do? And I want to take astrology to a whole new level. I want to teach how to read a chart for those wanting to learn astrology, whether you want to become a professional. I want to teach ethics. I want to teach you how to break down the chart. There's a lot to it, and just give you my experience. I do a lot of documentary studies with different, serial killers and all kinds of different levels of astrology. So I'd like to be able to bring out those kind of charts for those of you interested in patterns in astrology and patterns in personalities. I study a lot of that on my own, and family dynamics. I study the generations, what our wounds are, what we're going through. I've been taking this to a different level, and I feel like my calling is really to help those at all ages, one, be able to claim their life path and to see the map beginning to unfold, and to teach where we do have free will, what choices we can make. You know, you have these two roads coming up. What do you want to do? It gives us an advantage to know that there's kind of a map. There's some rules to the road. And if you're living life with no map and no rules to the road, it's just chaotic. And we see that our world is very chaotic today. So I really feel like, you know, I want to teach this on a totally different level. So what I'm going to be doing as of the first of the year is I'm going to be taking my content, my future content, to a separate subscription page where you can join me there. I will have my library of online classes. I'll be doing free readings. I'll be using your charts for my classes so you can get, you know, additional insight to your chart. I want to make this a place where I can share my journaling and post, you know, my journey of astrology just on a different level. YouTube right now is making a big change, and they're going to be censoring a lot of people. I don't really know where I would fit into any of that, but there's a lot of buzz going on right now about YouTube's kind of really collapsing. Okay, I don't know. You can check that out yourself, but I've read a few things about it, and I want to be at a place where I can fully express myself. And I also want to be at a place where I can share my personal astrological theories to a group of people that are more serious, so that not just everything I have is out there, but you can value it and realize I put a lot of work into it. So basically, yeah, I need to eat. I need to eat too. I need to make this work for me, because this is what I love to do. And I feel like through my readings and through this, you know, this special page, you guys will be able to come on, have full access to everything. Then I don't have to charge little for this or that. It's like everybody gets it. And I'm going to make it very reasonably priced. I'm working on that right now. So it'll just probably, you know, probably be under $10 a month, something like that. I'm looking at different options. Okay, so I hope you guys will stick with me, and I really hope you'll follow me to a new journey, an in-depth look at astrology like you've never seen before. Okay, so let's take a look. Sorry if that took longer than I anticipated. Let's take a look at what's going on up in the sky right now. So we have some big things going on right now. We still have the North Node in Virgo at 7 degrees. Okay, guys, so be aware that the North Node goes backwards. So 7 degrees is actually towards the end, and it's doing the last detoxifying of our lives. So if you feel like you've been through the ringer and you just, you know, the situations in your life, the patterns, the things you've had to deal with, is like, oh, am I ever going to get out of this muck? Yes. It's just the last tail end of this detoxifying. This May 2017, the North Node will move into Leo. This is a big deal, you guys, because the North Node has an 18-month cycle. And the North Node is the power behind everything. So being in Virgo, we've all had to stop and really analyze our lives to death. So we've been obsessive and we've been analyzing, and, you know, we've just had to go in and dissect our lives emotionally, because the South Node is in Pisces. So, you know, it's very important to understand that if you understand these cycles, you'll do the work. You'll keep doing the work. You won't give up right now. Don't give up right now. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. So all your ideas and all your plans and all your work that you've done that doesn't look like it's had, you know, am I getting anywhere? When the North Node moves into Leo, boom, we have a chance for all of it to come out. And that's why I'm even taking this channel to another level, because I want to ride this wave. You know, you kind of get to the point in life, and this is for all of us, what are we doing? We've been all investing so much time into our lives and into the directions that we've been trying to go. If you're hitting the wall right now, you know, go right through it. Like, I know that sounds really crazy, but Neptune is in Pisces right now. It's just started going direct as of November 18th. It's going to meet Mars in Pisces on December 18th. Now, Mars in Pisces is my favorite Mars of all the Marses, okay? One, because I'm very comfortable in water, having a double Pisces. So for those of you out there who's Scorpios and Cancers, this is going to be real good energy for you. It's a trine. It's familiar. Okay, you'll be able to swim. Okay, you got to swim through it. For those of you with real fixed signs, okay, or the fire signs, this is going to be a little uncomfortable for you. Okay, because the goat doesn't like to get wet. The Aries doesn't like to get wet. I should call him the ram. The lion doesn't like to get wet. Okay. And the Scorpio, you know, the Scorpion's out on dry land. Okay. So, oh, I'm sorry. Sagittarius. The Scorpio do just fine. I was going to say they can go in the water. But, you know, the Sagittarius likes to be able to see the grand picture. And when the sea's moving, can't always control that. So what is this all about? Well, first of all, there's always two sides to a coin. And you have to look at both sides because there's always a shadow side and then there's always like this high vibrational amazing side. When it comes to Pisces, we have the fish that goes up and we have the fish that goes down. So on a negative shadowy side, this is a final blowing up of toxic relationships in your life because Neptunian relationships are they can be very toxic. Okay. They can be very emotionally unhealthy because when you start getting into the water signs in relationships, you're dealing with such deep intuition and such deep ability to connect to others that when things start happening, you've got Jupiter and Libra, when things start happening, blowing up these issues, you know, we're feeling them 100-fold. And the separation for many of us in the wounds and looking back and seeing the patterns, and it's been pretty heavy. We've also still have Lilith in Scorpio. Okay, do not rule out Lilith because it casts this really interesting energy that affects generations to come. Okay, those born in this 9-month period, I believe Lilith is 9-month cycle, are going to be born during Lilith in Scorpio. So they will deal with toxic relationships with women or control issues with women or, you know, power struggles, intimacy struggles. Lilith will cast that on there, on that energy on there. It's casting it onto us as we speak. So a lot of things are coming, and I've talked about this in other videos, to the surface where we're seeing through things. And I mean, there's just no denying things anymore. We have to kind of look at the truth and look at our truth. And so this is Scorpio's final way after we've been in this Scorpio trend for the last 4 years. Lilith's last way of coming in and healing these things, at least addressing them. Okay. Now, when we look at the positive side of Mars and Pisces, remember conjunct Neptune, we can see healing. We can see the ocean. What does it do? It heals. You know, you have a wound, you go into the ocean, the natural salt. If it's a clean ocean, I don't know if we have clean oceans anymore, but you know, it heals that wound. It heals the skin. Okay, a little bit of salt rubs on that, and it feels, you know, a little abrasive, but there's a really healing quality. And when it comes to Pisces, it's miraculous. You can't contain it. You can't. It's from above. Okay, it's the miracle making time. This is the time that miracles can happen like never before. It all has a lot to do with where you are in your life. We're all in different places. So, you know, on the other side of Pisces, we can deal with manipulation. We can deal with shape-shifting, which is, you know, people being one thing and then they're not that, but they can become that. And so our relationships are real. You have to really pay attention to who you are in your life. So you have that radar because we're in a dark time in history. Okay, there's no secret to that. And, we're dealing with, let's see, Uranus, Pluto square. It's loosening up a little bit right now. Uranus is going to move forward at Christmas in Aries. It's been dealing with behind the scene battles. We've seen that with the Dakota pipeline. Have you guys been watching that? Look at social events. What rules oil? What rules water? Pisces. Oil refineries. Toxicity into our oceans. Okay. That is all represented by Pisces. So when Neptune moved into Pisces back in 2012, and as we go forward, this 14-year transit, we're going to see huge water issues across our globe. You may be having water issues in your house right now. I have leaky bathrooms in every house, in every room in this house. And it's just, I'm so full of Neptune energy that it's hitting my life personally. But this is global energy. So, with Pluto and Capricorn, governmental issues, need we say more? Also traditions, so when we get down into our personal lives, traditional ways that you've had your life, your family, traditions, people are breaking traditions. People aren't going home for Christmas anymore. They're taking off and going to Hawaii. They're saying, hey, we want to change these traditions that now have become old and outdated, that aren't working anymore for us. And so a lot of these things upset the world and make us feel uncomfortable, like something's wrong and we're hanging on to the good old days. You have to go forward. You have to find new joy and new things. Our world will never be the same again. Okay, we're moving into a whole new world, so we have to create the rules. We have to create the rules for ourselves. They're going to be different for everybody. So, all that being said, Sun's still in Sag. Mercury is in Capricorn, which will be going retrograde here coming up. I think we're in the shadow period right now. Venus, Mars is in Aquarius. Bam, double conjunction. Don't lose sight of that. That's a real big deal right now. For those of you in business, this is the time to get out there, to find an avenue for your voice through the internet, whether it's through blogs, through websites, through YouTube, there are so many creative ways that you can get your message out there. Okay. People say that to me all the time because I do a lot of career consultation. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable on video. Well, how about an audio? Or how about writing? Or how about a blog? Or what will you feel comfortable doing? You don't have to be anyone else. People want real content from other people that have life experience, that have mastered something. We're going to each other now. It's kind of like the mom and pop shops of the internet. Yeah, there's always going to be the big ones leading the way, and they open the doors for us. So I'm grateful for them, especially in the YouTube astrology community. I'm impressed. There's some amazing people out there, really doing some great things and making a huge impact to a lot of people. And we need that, open the floodgates. And then there's going to be us different astrologers that are our specialists. And I have to decide, and you have to decide, what do you want to be? For me, I want to be a teacher. And I want to create a platform that I can teach freely and, just allow you guys to get involved and have conversations and really, dive into some, different things. Everybody's interested in different things. So I don't know. I think that'll be really exciting. I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys will take this opportunity to be defining your lives, what works for you, and ride this Aquarian energy right now, because that's when the ideas start coming in. One thing that the Aquarius has that's very beautiful is that they have the ability to know what happens before what happens. Okay, to know what happens before what happens. It's an intuitive ability that they get downloads. It's not so much an emotional intuition. It's brilliant ideas coming down. the hardest part for the Aquarius is often they get all these ideas and don't do anything with them. And then 6 months later, there's somebody popping up with it. And you're like, darn it, I had that idea. I was going to do that. And I can't, no, it's out there. So that's what's happening right now. It's like raining down ideas and concepts. It's the universe's way of stimulating us to move forward and not get stuck in the negativity in the world right now. You know what? Be aware of it, know about it, share about it, inform others about it. But at the end of the day, you got to get your 2 feet out of bed and you got to go. You got to do your day. You got to work with what you have around you. We can get completely paralyzed in fear of what's going on out there. A lot of us, especially people that are empaths, are really struggling because there's so much negativity on the internet. And it's really difficult to try to be like, hey, can we be happy? Can we move forward? Can we keep doing good? It's like grieving. Like, when do we get to like go forward here? And, one movement in a different direction changes the current around you. You be the change. That's all we can really do. Volunteer where you can, but at the end of the day, you have to do you, because it's in doing you that, it makes the universe work the way it's supposed to. We don't help anybody else when we allow ourselves to be stunted, held back, paralyzed. We are wasting time. So it's my rah-rah for you guys today. Hope you have a great day. And one last thing. Go to my website, Cowgirlastrologer.com. I've just posted 2 online classes. I think I have 1 spot left for December 10th, Saturday at 11. All the information's on there. And I have openings for Wednesday night, December 14th. This is 6 participants in a class with me, and we go through your charts. I give everybody a certain amount of time and questions, and it's about an hour and a half. Go Cowgirlastrologer.com. Check out my blogs and check out what I'm doing, and I'd love to see you guys there. All right. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.